Hello everybody and welcome back into Emily's Upcycled Home, where I take thrifted and salvage items and turn them into beautiful home decor pieces. I hope you guys enjoy the video, so let's go ahead and jump in. For our first project, we are coming in with a box and a piece of an easel. Now I'm just mixing up here some Fusion milk paint, and the color was raw silk, which is a 1-to-1 ratio of water to milk paint. You want to make sure that you let your milk paint sit for a while. I was too impatient and I did not let it sit long enough, so it didn't thicken up quite the way we need it to be. So when you see it dripping and running on our little easel, as well as the box that we come in with next, which is this piece here, that is why my milk paint did not thicken up enough, because I was impatient. And I'm just going to brush on both the layer of milk paint on the box. The easel, I only put one coat because I am going to use a napkin coming in, but I did not get the chippiness that I wanted here because the box really absorbed that milk paint. But I just come in with the layering of the milk paint and see what kind of texture we can build and what kind of little crackle effects we can build. And because I didn't get a lot, I decided to come in with my 220 piece of sandpaper and distress that piece up, giving it a green undertone and exposing that. As far as our easel is concerned, we come in and just dry that surface, because this is beautiful napkin here that I got off of Temu. I'm going to come in and use that as our backdrop. Now we want to release the image of the first ply of the napkin from the rest of the plies. So you want to get down for the one layer napkin with the image on it. And I just used some Mod Podge at the tip of my fingers, and then I came in with some regular Mod Podge and put that onto our backing here where I will place my napkin. Now I'm just smoothing out that surface there, and then come in and just layer and piece together the napkin how I want it to look. Now if you're worried about wrinkles, you can use the iron-on method, but for me, I love the wrinkles. I think it adds a little bit of texture and a little bit of a different look to the piece, adding more of an age and authentic rustic look here. I come in with a little bit of water on a paintbrush and just rip off that excess of paper here, so that I can move it out of my way and continue on decoupaging my napkin. Now I wasn't too worried about the bottom, but just in case it showed, I went ahead and finished layering up that napkin. But I don't think I really needed this extra napkin, but just in case, let's go ahead and apply that piece here, repeating that process. You want to come back in with your top layer of Mod Podge just to seal everything in, and then you want to let this dry thoroughly, and it's best to let it dry on its own, but because these are live videos that I'm piecing together, I went ahead and came in with my heat gun and added that extra heat to there to just seal everything in and smooth out our napkin just a tad as well. Now, if you notice, you guys, I am videotaping these videos as I'm doing my live. That way we have a clearer shot of everything and everything's not so fuzzy. So I hope you guys really watch and enjoy these videos, because it's like a second video here. So I go ahead and sand the edges of our extra paper that was on the edge. And I'm also going to come in with the DIY dark wax and age that up. And I couldn't find my clear wax, but just to smooth in that dark wax, I go ahead and come in with the Fusion's beeswax here and just smear and blend in that dark wax. The other thing I forgot is that hot glue and dark wax or any kind of wax they're not friends. So I went ahead and sand that image or the parts where I want to attach this little piece of the 5mm laminate to the top. And I'm just using my hot glue gun. These are very lightweight pieces, so they sticking very well. I covered up that piece also with the same Fusion paint, dried that up, and then came in with a light coat of dark wax over all the images, hoping I get into all those wrinkles and highlight that extra texture there. Now we're going to attach the box, and I just come in with some more of that DIY dark wax, layering up our box and distressing it wiping off the excess with a napkin. Now to attach everything, once again, I come in with my hot glue gun because everything is so lightweight, and attach that way. And then I come in with this beautiful Prima medallion mold here, and I add that to the top. I actually found this in my stash. This is actually made with hot glue. So if you guys don't have resin or clay and you have hot glue and a mold, you guys can create this look as well. I come in with just some regular brown acrylic paint, and it actually just says brown on my label. And my heat gun, dry that up, and then come back in with that Fusion silk, raw silk paint, milk paint, and I layer that up very messily. You guys want a very distressed, aged, crusty, not perfect look here, so that's what I'm going for. And once that is done, I go ahead and hot glue that piece onto the backing of our little 5mm laminate, centering the best I can. And then I come back in with some DIY dark wax and add that in. Might have been missing that footage, but I go ahead and wipe off some of that excess here, as you see. I'm going to stage this up as well, but first I'm coming in with just a JRV stencil, adding in some wording, some numbers, and then here's our cute little box. You can stage up for fall or however you want in your home. I think it's a very transitional piece. I think it's perfect for any time of the year. And if you are interested in any Fusion, Dixie Belle, or IOD products, please use my affiliate link down in the description. For our second project, we are coming in with just these cute candle stands that I thrifted. They are metal. They have these rounds on the top and a lot of filigree design on the base. Coming in with some coaster rounds here that I get on Amazon. Attaching those wood rounds to the top, giving these a little bit of a different look. My glue of choice here is E6000, as well as a little bit of hot glue. And as far as the hot glue is just this immediate hold, then I'm going to come in with Fusion Noel, as well as just some regular acrylic paint in the color brown. And I'm going to mix those two shades just to give me a little bit of a darker green, darker hue here other than the Noel has, and a deeper tone. So I'm just going to mix those up thoroughly and come in and hit the bases on all these pieces. Now this was very time consuming with all the swirl patterns and everything. I had to come back in and hit spots that I missed, but eventually I got it all and they came out really pretty. So as far as the tops, I'm coming in with some Dixie Belle French mineral paint and some water, and we're going to create a wash here with these two products. Now I thinned my paint out a little bit too much for me, so what I do is I go ahead and dab in my wet brush from the wash into a little bit more paint, and I go ahead and repeat that process of coming back in and layering up my wash, wiping off the excess, and repeating that pattern until I like the look that I have on the top of the rounds. Then with our Rose Botanical Transfer from IOD, we'll come in and give these a little bit of cuteness. Now, if you haven't used IOD transfers yet, they're very easy to use. You just rub on your transfer, remove that plastic, and then burnish your piece in, and they're all set. Now, as far as the transfer is concerned, if you miss anything and it comes up, just go ahead and place that transfer back down and rub it on. So grunge gray is our next item of use here, and we are just going to add in some of this wax not only on the edge to deepen that tone, but also to our top weathered looking pieces to seal in our IOD transfers, as well as just add a little bit of depth and more shading to our piece. I repeat that process for the base, adding that wax also. And with any wax, after you come in and fill up your project with your wax, you want to bring in your lint-free rag and wipe off all the excess. And here are the finished looks. I think you can layer these up with pumpkins or use them for spring. Use them as transitional pieces, especially if you have a shabby chic vibe going on. These pieces would be perfect. Leave me a comment and let me know how would you display these. Let's get an order ready with me. So I'm doing a memorial frame here. I have this frame that I am going to paint up. But first, I'm going to remove all the inside pieces so I can paint the frame. Now this is a new frame. I didn't quite find one that I wanted from any of the Goodwills, but I got this at Burlington. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint this up with chalk paint by Folk Art in the color black. Now I'm going to layer some colors, but I'm just coming in here nice and neat with this black tone here. Try not to get any of the paint anywhere else but on the frame. I have that little package in there or wrapping there just to protect the inside of the frame as well. Once I get this all thoroughly coated, I'll let it sit to dry, and then we'll come in with just some brown here. Just a simple brown from Folk Art as well. It's called a mocha. This is also in that chalk paint brand, and I'm just going to layer up this piece with brown and just rub in and kind of do my little techniques of rubbing in that tone, wiping it off with a rag, almost like a wax, but we're just going to give this some variation in color so it's not just a stark black frame. And then I also come back in with some DIY clear wax because after this I will be adding some dark wax in to add even another layer to this piece, but I wanted it to be smooth, and the clear wax helps the dark wax blend the way I want it to. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe off all the excess of my wax. And then I'm going to embellish this up with some greenery and a rose. Now she ordered a piece from me earlier for herself. Now this memorial frame's for her granddaughter. So I'm kind of copying the frame that she had previously ordered from me. So we're just going to go ahead and mimic it just a tad here. Also come in with a little cute little white rose, and I'm just using my staple gun to just attach those two pieces, and then I just make a lace bow here. Now I'm just going to set that in the corner. You'll see me attach that later on with some hot glue, but we're going to layer in our frame. I have the picture block just for protection of personal privacy as well. So I'm just going to show you this without the picture in it. There's where I add the glue, and here is the finished look, you guys. Just by changing the color and adding a little bit of embellishment, we took this simple frame into an elegant look for a memorial frame. Thanks for watching, everybody. I would love you guys to come join my Facebook group page with my fellow crafters here at Crafting with the Hot Mess Express. Business pages are welcome. We have some fun events coming up, so make sure you click on that link in the description. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit on the way out, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for more DIYs. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys all on the next one.